Hey guys, welcome back to the Works podcast. So, obviously, I haven't been as active the last couple weeks. There's been a lot going on, and personally, I've been trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with this podcast. While I do love coming over here and talking to you guys about the movies that I'm seeing and what's playing in the theaters, I don't want this to be a podcast where I talk about movies that I don't like, and unfortunately, there's been a lot that I probably wouldn't have recommended to you to go see. And I don't want this to be a platform where I'm talking about movies I don't like, and I don't want to sit here and trash other filmmakers, frankly, when I'm on the same pathway they are. With that being said, though, I do love talking with the guests that I've had on this podcast, from Foster Hirsch to Galen Ross. So I really want to keep doing that, and I think we're going to start shifting more of a focus towards the guests and who I'm talking to on here. So, with that being said, I'm sure a lot of you saw my most recent post on Patreon. This month, we're going to have Paula Poundstone on the Works podcast. I'm really excited about this interview. I can't honestly express how excited I am that she's coming on the show. So stay tuned. Look forward to that. I expect that review will be dropping on Patreon on July 24th. And then it will be available everywhere on the 31st. Okay, so if you want early access, be sure to subscribe on Patreon. Now, of course, look, when there's a good movie in theaters, I want to talk about it with you. And thankfully, there is a great movie in theaters right now. And it's a horror movie! So, without further ado, let's talk about Longlegs. Longlegs is rated R. It's an hour and 47 minutes. This is billed as a horror movie, but I'd really label it more as a mystery and a thriller. It stars Maika Monroe. She was the star of It Follows. And, of course, it has Nicolas Cage. So, look, anybody that follows me knows that I am a huge A24 simp. I love what that company has been putting out, what they've been doing for the film industry as far as, I hate this word, but elevating content, especially horror. I like that their pictures have this extra layer of, not necessarily quality, but at least artistic integrity. That I think sets them apart from a lot of their contemporaries in the mainstream. There is another production company. I mean, there's a few production companies right now that have been fighting for that same kind of cultural impact and clout that A24 has gained. And the leading competitor right now would be Neon. Although their successes on paper are probably fewer and further between, no one can deny that Neon, much like rival A24, puts a strong focus on new talent. They have new writers and directors with original ideas and strong, unique visions. Perkins, the writer and director of the new film Longlegs, may have just given Neon the win they really needed to break into the zeitgeist. Firstly, I would be remiss if I didn't comment on the brilliant marketing campaign set forth by Longlegs' creative team. Brief, non-descriptive, but visually striking trailers which alluded to almost nothing but a sense of dread. Many walking into Longlegs this weekend will walk in blind simply because of the effective marketing, drawing people in without revealing the plot. Hollywood, take notes. So, what is Longlegs actually about? In the vein of predecessors like Silence of the Lambs or Zodiac or Seven, Longlegs is about a killer who leaves cryptic notes at each crime scene, pressuring the FBI agents like Detective Lee Harker, Maika Monroe, to solve the increasingly bizarre and inexplicable murders. Maika Monroe is an exceptional protagonist. She is smart, calculated, and oddly enough, very relatable. In one telling scene, when a younger girl asks Lee if being an FBI agent is scary, Lee doesn't need to think. Yes, it is. Lee has something many others don't. Like Danny from The Shining, Lee has this extra sense. She can kind of sense evil before it happens. Oz Perkins, the director, has said he doesn't watch contemporary horror, and you can tell. This feels nothing like a modern-day Blumhouse or Sony release. This feels old school. And being that Oz Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins, the star of Psycho, I'd say that pretty much checks out. The camera work has style. The angles Perkins chooses purposely offset the audience's balance and leaves them feeling uneasy, unsure of what part of the screen to look at. Where is the threat coming from? He uses a lot of wide-angle lenses, even on close-ups, to make them look smaller in the rooms they occupy. The screenplay is also exceptional, albeit a bit light on details at times. It gets a bit predictable towards the end, but it's loaded with tension. I mean, unlike last weekend's highly anticipated and sadly anemic Maxine, Longlegs starts off scary and keeps us locked in. The score, the atmosphere, the camera, I mean, all of it creates this just long, sustained feeling of dread until the final moments. Lastly, we have to talk about Nicolas Cage, the actor who lives in our social media feeds as a constant meme. His unhinged performance in Longlegs is great. While not even being on screen for much of it, his presence is felt throughout. Longlegs is full of suspense, great acting, and strong direction. Finally, real horror is back, baby. Listen, guys, if you liked this review and you want to listen to more, I'm going to be posting more of these on Patreon. I'm going to be posting only the movies I like on YouTube. If you want to connect your Spotify to our Patreon page, you'll be able to listen to those while you're on the go, and you don't even have to watch my all of this. Please subscribe. Please comment below. Please let me know which guests you think I should be trying to get on the show. Let me know who I should be talking to. If you think there's a movie out that's really good and I'm missing it, comment. Let me know, you know? I want to make sure that I'm covering my bases here, and getting everything. Even though, you know, that's hard these days, you know, I'm mostly a one-man operation over here, but the occasional times I have help, I will try to get stuff out as fast as possible for you guys. So, I'm gonna shut up now, but I will see you guys back here next time. Have an awesome day.